Omampani John Dramani Mahama akasa ewo dwumadi na sene no na wode atudwa anamoa na ban etu edefa Ghana yempomuden ene ne nkanko ho na wo kire se Mahama care na se medical trust fund ya yaboy no na niswade hunu pa ne se ebetimi aboa na aso wonom a wonom ewo yare krankro yare baba so a wonom esika enu baabi anka wo so wonom edura se wonom atmanya yarehwe no sa omanfo ne de sesike eba behwe wonom na wo kire mo ese baabi abibima ye kono wo se yemni yemayeni eku yankasa yempomuden ho ensem ho Omampani Mahama.
Our task now is to move from ambition to execution. Ghana is proud to contribute to this continental transformation. We interconnected initiatives. The first one is the governmental transformation. It's our flagship national mechanism for sustainably financing specialized and high-cost medical treatment, including cancers, dialysis, advanced surgeries, and chronic disease management. Too many families have suffered financial devastation in these diseases. Mahama Care seeks to bring that cycle, positions Ghana as a regional hub for specialized care, advanced research, and cutting-edge innovation. To complement this, we also implement the universal free primary health care program, ensuring that costs never prevent any Ghanaians from receiving essential care. This initiative strengthens community health systems, expands medical health services, and shifts our health model decisively towards prevention, early detection, and community-driven care. The next is retooling and modernizing health facilities. Our mission requires a strong model of infrastructure base. We're committed under IPPP retooling our health facilities with modern imaging and diagnostic systems, upgraded laboratories, strengthened dialysis services, biomedical engineering reforms, and resilient smart supply chains.
Omampani John Dramani Mahama na watonsa ede efre eya foforo enyumakuo ni wo makita sika wo pese wode ehye enima mu se Ghana yempomde wonsam ni yehia aboafo de efre ne partners enti momra na yento kese na yenyina yenya adwuma emfemum na yempeja Ghana yedache empomde ehonsam eno na ebeboye enunti obi bia emra we Omampani Mahama ebe otonsa ede free partners.
Ghana is inviting private sector partners into strategic PPPs to expand diagnostic, imaging, laboratory network, and specialized services nationwide. These three pillars are not isolated programs. They form the backbone of Ghana's health transformation agenda and our contribution to the broader African sovereign health ecosystem. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Africa seeks a new paradigm of partnership, one that is defined not by dependency, but by co-investment, innovation, and shared values. So we call on vaccine manufacturers to partner with us to build African vaccine production hubs. Call on pharmaceutical companies to expand into biologics, generics, and essential medicine manufacturing in Africa. Diagnostics, innovators, biotech firms, and medical device producers to establish assembly plants, R&D centers, and fabrication facilities here in Africa. And DFIs, private equity firms, venture capital, and philanthropies to co-finance Africa's health industrialization.
Omampani anusi ye no sofo na hwempomuden eho ensem so wono so edibi episo onunyafo kwabraminta akando kasa ye mono na wo kire se ebra aso se abibremu yetimi ejai anase yatwe ye ho edifiri meje abrebia ye de enuti aduro bia ye beye se wa manone se ye de afiri he Ghana ye de hiamwa abibiman ye nye bi da bia ohausi ye hwa abrofo da bia yare bi ene beti atisa ye twen ama America fo anase abrofi wonmo kasa aye wo mu no abre bi o se da bi ebra se abibiman yetimi ekọ na ye brosa wo se yetimi ehwe na emfie aduonu enum 25 years a edi yanimu yi no yankasa yekita yempomuden eho ensem wo se yetimi eye wonmo a wo ye enuro anase yankasa betimi aye yenhwehwemu research na yankasa yetimi akita yenuro asense da bia ye be recipient.
Preparing Africa for 2015 also required modernizing our hospitals. Ghana is implementing a national national retooling program that upgrades diagnostics imaging, strengthens laboratory and pathology services, expands diversity, and integrates digital systems for rapid clinical decision making. These investments transform our hospitals into leaders of and position us to confront both current disease burdens and emerging trends with precision and speed. The continent that emerges in 2050 will be profoundly different. Africa will be a global hub for pharmaceutical and vaccine production. Our hospitals will be digitally connected and AI enabled. Africa researchers and will shape global science. Our financing scheme systems will support universal access, and Africa will take its rightful place as a leader in global health governance. To reach this future, partnership is not optional, it is indispensable. Investors, innovators, and the youth must drive solutions that stretch the boundaries of possibility. Development partners must do more than support Africa. We must stand with Africa, align with Africa, and invest that respectful, that strengthen local capacity, not replace partnerships to all parties. Partnerships that see Africa not as a recipient, but as a co-architect of global health.
Weye oswafo a wohwe yempomode eho ensem so onunyafo Kobnaminta Akando nene ena otiye na mayenwemwe onunyafo Samson Ahi wono eye oswafo bedi ekire ma ahweye a ehwe edwade ensem so mekire Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry wode atudwa akire se sede ebe na Africa Free Continental Trade ebetimi akọ suye ebeji intini nanka na ebetimi enya sonfa so nti wase yetimi epeja yankasa yemfidi ndwuma na se nwumaku a wonom eyantoma entade ahodo wo man mu yetimi ehye wonom ahoɔden mu kena anase yetimi epeja wonom na wonom etimi eyedodo eno nti wo kyerɛ sɛ afi no aban na dwen sɛ wo budget nim no wote eye $200 million edi free sika yede ekra entade entoma edi free amanone edi bano wo so yi edi free so nti afie besimo no $200 million there ye yi edi free wo ye pese Ghana infididwuma a wonom eyentoma na face de keka hono wonom etimi enya enan papa bi ejina so ononya for Samson Ahi.
Governments are working group to ensure that these governments and their fabrics are produced domestically to support our local textiles and garment industry. The government would like to take a step further through policy actions to develop local raw materials feed into local textiles and garment industry. This is expected to enhance the rural content requirements and also support the meeting of rules of origin requirements under the rural preferential trade agreements, especially the African Continental Free Trade Area agreements.
Sorry, na Africa Free Continental Free Trade no agreement ye betime dru ho no ka ho bi na yetu sa anamonwe na eno echi na project manager Edema International Labour Organization Ora David Marcus se Ghana nyuma wonom eyentoma na face textiles companies no se yedimi eso wonom na se ye ma wonom ahoɔden ye pagya wonom ahoɔden mo ebi hu se ampa wonom ewa ahoɔden a obetimi ede aye de amanone anase ne ayeye owiase afana ba bi obetimi adu se susudua no ho eno nti ewo se aban procurement authority etimi ehwe na wo pagya wonom ahoɔden mo anase ye bo wonom ne so wo masen esanse but
this growth has to also benefit the local entrepreneurs, of course. You know that they are the backbone of the economy, employ most of the workers in this country, and actually represent the long tradition of textile in this country. The textile is not new to Ghana. It's something that has been done for hundreds of years already. So, what is the we need for the future? Well, our project also activity for this work. It's also it's been due for another 4 years. So we have a another long horizon of work together and.
Na eno eye project manager Edema International Labour Organization David Marcus nene ena otiye ene edom kuma wo mrahye fie enye agroso wo mu nyina wo ma hofade ne eyetum brisipa na wo no mahye ene obehu baako okanya enum ana wo mo ehye eye fita wo ma bota etuntun wo mo so ehye coat na se jacket seat ede aguso wo ma makanyina African way tuntum nko a ase eye ana wo ma bonus mask tuntum ana so de aka nose mask tuntum nko a na wo nyina wo no mahye enso nose mask na wo kasa na de ne wote na won mo hawo nyina ene say clerk wono ewo emrahye fie ho no no enu e watintim krata e de akwakoma abato commission say ene kpandai abato mpasua so akonwa na wo mrahye fie no bi ante so won makonwa won aba woto ye e wo afie etwa mu 2024 afie etwa mu a esa afie ne ye na sa afie ni sa na wotwe ye mu no Tamale High Court wetwetwam enunti ebrena so ese woma abato commission so te se akonwa bi damrahye bedwafie honom a omanfo bi wonoma na musini ebi eni honom na no namrahye bedwafo ekọ asetena enne na donkuma ne se hey asemi yatabiri yakoma Supreme Court ahye se bosimi ye wom December bosimi de to so edunsia e na obetena asem no so na so beti asem no aden na mantwen ya ma Supreme Court anka na asem anwie na no ane se court clerk yi wo watintim krata akwakoto abato commission nim se akonwa bi da hanom anase nkrofo bi akonwa da ha obi antesuntiemfo bi emra metna so sa court clerk wo se yeyiwade wo se wankasa wo resign kra na clerk on bone so boye owura Ebenezer ahuma jeto na wanom ensem no minority chiefship wono asan mrahye bedwane de mamafo won mo nse womado agiri ene mekan ni wankasa wahu owura Frank anodom preho no nyafo wono ene wo sorry ye no se da bi speaker wa ho oden na wo no sakrata no ma yenyi mfemfiri okra ye ntwitwa sakrata nim kra ye mpene da arehye muyentie ene mrahye bedwafie ebra ononyafo Frank anodom pre minority chiefship osorigina ye no kasa se sakrata de akoto abato commission ho no ya twra no womo enkwayi femfiri hokra.
Legitimacy of parliament depends on our consistency, and we can't do otherwise. And consistency depends on our willingness to obey not our political impulses, but the clear dictates of the law. Speaker, we strongly submit that the letter that was filed to the Electoral Commission was out of place, was unfortunate, and flies in the face of law and procedural justice. We submit strongly to this House that that letter must be withdrawn by Parliament forthwith, and we must act and stay consistent with the pronouncements of the chair, for that matter, the speaker on this same matter. We in the minority do not agree to the writing of this letter. We make a strong position that that letter must be withdrawn forthwith. And as a cradle of democracy, we must be seen to be setting a very good example for the populace of this country to follow suit. We can submit to you that that letter declaring the Kwanda seat vacant must be recalled immediately. It cannot be. The situation cannot. And we on this side of the House cannot support that decision. Ghana is a fledgling democracy, and the least we can do is to support procedure, is to support the provisions of our law, and to stay away from decisions that flies in the face of logic and procedural justice. We are totally against it. In this House, we have worked in collaboration and in cooperation with our colleagues in the majority. Even where you don't have your numbers, we have allowed you to lay papers and do all manner of things. This decision will not stay.
Sa ejinatu enyina sa ejinatu we pade enyina ebra mo ankasa mo wo mrahye bidwafo bebre na so mo ama mrahye bidwam kra timi boa mo ma muti gina ye amopɛ sa ejinatu we enyina we no nyafo Frank anodom pre na ebra kra na mu na owura Henry na naboache wo no eye edoma no boafo de ma NPP amanyuko na na B na efre no no so bodwa wo no so ye nsentwefo nhye mo ene party headquarters na we ekoso na owura na naboache na se na B HSA no kwasem sa kpandai abatuo na nkasa ganafo mo ankasa mo nhwe mu da munti asem ni bio nipa na nkasa wo no mrahye bedwani wogina mu wo NDC amanyuko ni di musiko pre akonwa na nkasa no wo kokot de mo no na ne pepe kita no se abatuo mpasua no polling centers no mahakoma ko aduanan baako na mempene so ese esunsun so se beja tum sanse eniama bi ekoso ho no mo afi okokoduru ho no ma judge ne se he wo de atwamia me wadwuma ma wo Tohwe no se aha ankoso ye anye nyaza ene ni nyina mo san konkoto ni nyina biem ena ose we ye ka wo hemfa we mo ya kyese Ghana ye kemami ka bi no ne da chepa ena mutieti aso a mo sai ni sei enti saa aginatuo na ye court ne tuye na nkasa na enam mrakwan mu wo so manfo no wonum gidia wo wo onunyamfo mate nyindam wono ena woto aba ede ema no na wonum so de wo pe omanfo ne pe aba wonum tuye eno ena wo se court ne hwe no wo som se bia abato commission na musifo kra nye niam bi ya eni se eka wo manfo no wonum pe wode eto aba no obetimi akase ensan ko kan ne foforo na kwata so so betwa mu saade na kyese Ghana fo mo de mo nhwe we yo no nyamfo we yo owura Henry Anaboache.
Elections are to be upheld where breaches do not overturn the people's choice. The court itself accepted many defects were mere administrative errors, clerical errors, and that could be addressed through scrutiny or recollation under the law. The petitioner's own originally reflected this reality. He sought targeted relief in only 41 polling stations, not a wholesale cancellation of the constituency's choice. The evidence was clear. Every single Form 8A existed. The results was gazetted. The raw materials to ascertain the true will of the people were all present and available. Despite this, the court straight away went to the harshest of three Section 19 outcomes, a full constituency-wide rerun. Its justification that some collation materials were destroyed. How can this be?
Ebesida impa ni ajiwe edi atum no run na bo acheche se Ghana for mon sorry mon pre atentene mon pre pepepeye mon pre nhwemu frenchim esa se dia ekoso no ebema daachen anase o mai kabima min kabidaache no na yetietia so ebema wanhwe a ebeye tan enye fibiem.
The New Patriotic Party stands as one solid rock behind the Member of Parliament for Pandai, Honorable Martin Inyindam. His fight is our fight. His cause is our cause. And his cause will be the cause of every New Patriotic Party member. With the full authority, resources and total backing of the entire MPP, Honorable Nyindam has taken the following immediate and formidable legal actions. First, he has filed a seal of execution against the orders of this bogus judgment, halting any illegitimate rerun in its tracks. Number two, he has filed a powerful notice of appeal to the Court of Appeal, respectfully praying to the total overturn of this legal travesty. And third, recognizing the grave constitutional injury inflicted, he has initiated an application of certiorari at the Supreme Court, respectfully calling on the highest court of the land to quash this perverse judgment and restore constitutional order. We are deploying the full force of our legal arsenal within the framework of our law. Our weapons are the Constitution, precedents, and an unshakable commitment to justice.
We Owura Henry Anaboache na yanko nanton NDC amanyoko ni mabuna wono ewo hono mo atia Simon tenso abuko jan hyetuntum ye kire ni nyina ene se wosro mampani wono MC DC ya wono ewo hono mo a omampani edne ba ye Owura Abdul Rahman Rosina wachese yempamo no Zena izinabu yampamo no kra wase mami watu na mombi a etietia emraso na se tietia wono fa hodie so wanya na adwuma ye wonima adwuma no anu nti wose omampani epamo no so omampani tie dia ene wo mankasa woye oye kire.
Exploitation of vulnerable continuous and move to meet the self of national capacity for all DCE, the president presented a session the state of the application house potential permission of national competition and advocacy. We started the reports until we saw videos evidence where staff of the assembly who were tasked to sell the funds confirmed they were acting under honorable DC instructions. The action of the DCE amount to betrayal of the trust of the youth for the party and the consequences. Your guess is as good as mine. The sale of the funds were not regulated, and as many funds as possible were being sold to displaced young people for the DC's profits, but at the expense of party funds and the very people who promised to save with integrity. You and I remember the program was launched with a clear message that the funds were for free. make the soil funds look like the ticket to heaven, but this will make sure they will stamp with official stamp of the assembly. This increases confidence of the very rich who give us power to pay for it only for the majority to end up disappointed with the being selected, corruption and extortion. If anyone were to do this, they should not be an appointee of NDC government, which uphold corruption of the
Mabuno Honom Brano Denia Wakasa Edma Nanton Mabu NDC Amanyukuni Mono Wanum Ene Ena OTA Yenwe Afisam Kasiene na environmental health graduate one much say Wama by Eddie Akosi a year a Juada Edi anyway and no be December bosom and that also a do enum 15th. One of my chess, one of my tinted to cocoa party at Trabain was one way we used to cool view service that imposed one way a environmental health graduate. Now, one of general secretary, a deputy general secretary, Emmanuel Awuku, one no enna and names and for a casaya. Watch I say a bind on one about what day. Say one more environmental health officers no. One more we used to cool. Now one we need you man yet now by a need a hint almost away for my dear. One of a babayo, yet no idea actually banning one of any abre.
Yes, so we work under the Ministry of Local Government in the various assemblies where they call us tankases. With regards to engagement, yes, we have had several engagements with the Ministry of Local Government. When we went there, they told us that we need to have a meeting with the minister. But whenever we call them, they tell us they are busy. So it is like they don't really respect our cause as much as they should. And that is why we see this demonstration as the best step to take. December 15th, we are going to gather at the Independence Square. And then over there, we shall sing Jamashon, where we shall proceed to the Ministry of Local Government. Then we shall present our petition to them in a peaceful manner. And then after that, we shall march to the Ministry of Finance. Then based on what they will tell us, we shall march from the Ministry of Finance to the presidency. Because you see, most of the times we hear Ghanaians saying that they are not seeing tankers people around anymore. It is not as if they are not around, but the numbers on the field are very less. And we have been at home for almost 5 years. The government hasn't posted us. And that is why we are going on this demonstration. So
we environmental health officers or from tankers of way one much as one way you school almost so a buying and for one way mum and chebia one betty one who dear goodman ten sorting to go quite a tankers for one here and some for one more emray. Now young we Cassiana ewa amanane ense munamanone efa a bit premato ya West Africa and penifua one more a share bambo and some ewa be brim at Yan one of ayenshi put to prunche mupa ewa Nigeria one of him Buja emo na sa security year council equal security council one atena ye we ye de toso adunum enum 55th session everyone mo eba na president edema ECOWAS owura Omar Ture de krata eba ya nensa ehase ekyerese say abibire mu ato ye hanyina ye declare state of emergency na kyerese ye wo hawo ni nyina ebambo eho eyato chima enti yesere ye mfa hanom eni agrokra ha ni agro ewa hanomo esan se wose wohwa ayese atututuo nipabonefo atuatefo sori yenso no na afenso abantuguo na no so mani so ama ase bambo a ewo abibirima to hanomo no enyina ne nan so enu nti en wo declare eye ECOWAS sub region nyina se state of emergency ese aha ye ni agro hantima obia eni se obi ekita akonde basa anase obi a wonya osrani wonya bamponi obekita akonde anase obi ade habeba bedi agro ene ECOWAS sub region nyina no wase wehi ehu ehia pa esanse ase ye ede abibirima to ha no aba abaye grounds bi a obi asori a metu abangu obi asori a mayewe na chese we nyina no wo ka ede fa ye enano kwasiada enkenye Nigeria aban ena suma asrafo ese omonko a ene enka Benin ya no ha ya otratogo anu adu Benin enka hono monka ku ena enka to ye esi hono mo a Nigeria asrafo ene ebi na mu wiem na ebi nso na mfom ene atututu o king ten sa ene omampani a wo Benin kasa no wo chese woda Nigeria aban na se ewo mu se atututu ono ebi mu ahwere wono monko pa wase afanu nyina ebi ahwere wono enkwa nso onyamfa edin emma metu dwa we na nam so ama ECOWAS president say ye declare state of emergency wo ECOWAS sub region ade se kase ni nyina asi dia edi emu akotini bi ene se omampani John Dramani Mahama ede atudwa akire ekwan a wofa so na yabɔ Ghana yempomde ehoban na yapagya mu ewo eye dachi a edi yanim Sanso na ononyafo Samson ahi ekire se sika yede ekra entare entoma ediframa no 200 million yeyi ede free so yede ehye eye enyumaku a ewo mayi ankasa wonom abasa emu eden Edom kuma ewo mrahye bedwafie kire se Dabida wonom te ase nyiyi se kpandai abato mpasuare besa akoto mrahye bedwane foforo ewo bra wonom susu se enamra kwanso na se de ajaje ne yeye no emfa kwan so na yentwen ema Supreme Court emfa na no disem no emra ansa hade hye na ensembenom kamo na metena se na nwumre edebra osenenum enefa kase enase nkoma Oheneba Spices and afinso Oheneba no dairy padded mix wonom na esoya se kwabne usadu mi bomachi no Fricasier dem honomo 7:30 and a streaming live for Facebook our technical room honomo edemayen me am ken come on me din Nyarko